the time you set.
It says we're live. You're watching the replay, hit that thumbs up, watch it in full. We're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. I got Mr. John from A&J Outdoors, expecting Stanley Orchard, maybe Haulin Ash.
Yep, yes, sir. Whew, what a Monday, man. It is good to have these live streams on Monday because you get to end a Monday with something cool. So
Cheers
to that.
Fishing with Ilion, how's it going? Yeah, it was definitely a Monday for me. First day I've been off call in 8 weeks, so we are having a few beverages tonight.
That's awesome that you get to finally.
Life Adventures in Keto, hello. Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a Monday. It rained most of the morning, but got it in. I didn't get to watch Stanley Orchard this morning.
Oh, my goodness. It was good.
I did listen to the replay. That Mosier boy, but bam, what's going on? Cheers to you, Mo. Miss Shannon Naylor, Rattle Trap Fishing, Southern Blessed Homestead, hello. Jimmy C, what's up?
Man, you feeling the house, brother? Feeling the house.
Thumbs up. Share it out. I got John from A&J Outdoors. We're expecting Stanley Orchard.
I'm in the chat. I'm in the chat trying to say hello to everybody, and they're coming in so fast, I can't keep up with them. So, hey, everybody, what's up?
John has gone live on Mondays for years. I know I've been off of 2 to 10s for over a year, and I know you went at 4 Central for a year before that. So,
Yep.
John switched over to A&J Outdoors live channel. He tried that for several months. We had a good time, had great conversation. He just wasn't drawn in the crowd, so he talked to me and Stanley and Steve. So we're going to switch it up each week. We're going to go to somebody else's channel on Mondays. We're going to try to keep it around the 5 Central Time, 6 Eastern, see how it goes. Nothing else. We get our usual 8 to 10 show up. We'll still have our fun conversation, just be on a different channel each week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been good so far. I've been enjoying it. It's good to see Mr. Graham McIntosh back on YouTube, back on the live stream, because it's been a minute, brother. And
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. I'm going to
I'll try to ease my way back into it. It has been a while. Good to see everybody show up.
Yeah. You know, like they say, life happens. YouTube is just a little smigget of, what we deal with in our lives. So life happens. You got to do what you got to do, and that goes for all of us. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad to have you back on here. Today we get to talk about whatever we want to talk about and have some drinks and BS. Stanley Orchard, who is one of the 4 channels that Grant just talked about, has started a little bit of a morning show. He did one last week on Monday. He did one this week on Monday. He's looking at maybe doing 2 days a week. I don't think he's popped in yet, but he will. And those have been enjoyable too. So it's kind of neat that we're getting back. We're all getting live. For a while they're live stream for if you had regular videos on your channel or voodoo, they'll bring your watch time. They'll do all these horrible things to your channel, to the analytics. But if I'm doing one a month, Grant's doing one a month, Stanley, Steve, it's not going to hurt nothing. So we said bump it. We don't care. We're going to do them, right, Grant?
That's right. Got Mr. Higgs Rock Farm and Tiger Muskie in them. Good to see you guys.
Jimmy C and friends. Golly, you got the crew in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for Grant, folks.
Pusa Studios, I'm guessing is Andrew. How's it going, Andrew?
I got to do this. I got to do it. I got to do this.
Jimmy C and friends, how's it going? Hadn't seen you in forever. I'll lurk in your streams occasionally. I haven't done much on YouTube at all. I haven't watched much. I haven't supported much. Haven't put anything out in months, but I am definitely going to try to get back into it.
I got to be the first.
Oh, thank you so much, John.
I just want to be the first one to hit that because I know it's going to get hit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be first. Cheers, brother.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
So you got your unboxing on your GoPro 9. How's that working out for you? You got
Did
to mess
the unboxing. I'm not going to rush in to do a review of it because I want to get out there and put it through its paces. So it's probably going to be late October before I review it. So far, a lot of things I like, a couple things I don't like. But right now, if you're watching me through a GoPro 9. I've got it set up as my webcam. As you can tell, this is the same place I usually have my webcam if you've ever been on my lives, and the lighting isn't this horrible. So it's much more sensitive to the lighting. So if I'm going to continue, I like it. I mean, it does a good job, but I've got to work on the lighting in this room if I'm going to continue to use it as a webcam, which I probably will. One of the features that, I'll tell you now, one of the features they brag about was that it can do live streaming, and it can, but there's a catch, and I can't. So I'll get to that in the review. So you have to wait and watch the review to find out what that is.
Gotcha. WTF Mike, thank you so much. Cheers, brother.
All right. I shall love when I want to, John. There you go, Mike. Good to see you, Mike. Glad you made it, brother. Moser boys up in the house. Who else is in here? Shannon, of course. Good to see you, Shannon. Rattle Trap Fishing. All right, Rattle Trap. I haven't seen Rattle Trap in a minute, I don't think, in one of the lives. So it's good to see you. Drawing in some people, Grant. What's that name?
Is that what it is? What the heck's he into? So I did get to listen to Stanley's replay from this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I did hear the offer you made to him and Peter for the catfishing trip.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I like that. Hope they get to make it up there.
Yeah, so Stanley, for those of you who don't know, Stanley's down on the coast. I'm about 2.5, 3 hours north of him. And then his brother is about another 2 hours north of me. So they're talking about, we want to do more freshwater fishing. We don't know how to do it. We want to get better at it and all that, because they're saltwater guys. They grew up doing salt fishing. So I said, look, I'm halfway in between. You guys meet in the middle, meet me here. And this winter, because wintertime is the best time for cats. And down here, it doesn't freeze over like it does up north for some of you folks. And we'll go out and do some catfishing. So I'm already looking at some dates, and I'm going to hit Stanley up with some dates, see if we can get him and his brother to show up here, and we'll go out and do some fishing. It'll be a lot of fun. If you just watch that morning show of theirs, dang, fishing with those two guys is going to be a lot of fun.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pusa Studios. Cheers to you.
Oh, man.
Thanks for the inspiration, WTF Mike.
Yep.
Farm Off Fanatic coming in with a boom. Cole Outdoors. How's it going, Derek?
Hey, how you doing, Cole? Ron Boots Farm. Now, that's a new one for me. Good to see you.
Yes, thank you for stopping in and saying hi, Ron Boots Farm.
Janet's in the house. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you here.
We sucker, what? Farm All coming in with a boom!
Oh,
$10.
Good
Cheers
Lord.
to you, Farm All coming in strong.
Dang, Farm All, you just gonna show us all up like that?
Appreciate you, Farm All.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, when do you get to do something outdoors now? I know you've had issues where you get to hunt. As far as ducks, there's been some issues for you. And you used to go across into Kentucky or wherever, and there's been. So what's up with you? What's your first available get to go out and do something dates?
Well, I've been on call for 8 weeks, so
yeah,
my first day to do something. We had this planned. Might try to go fishing after work tomorrow, honestly. It's going to be nice this week. Bow season comes in on Thursday, so I might try to bow hunt after work. Got a couple hours since time hadn't changed yet. But I'll definitely do some bow hunting this weekend if I don't after work Thursday and Friday. So we got bow season coming up. We got a few good spots. Seen a few decent bucks running around.
Nice. See, that's down here in Texas, and they talked about this in their morning show, I think. There's not a lot of, I got some spots to go and hunt. No, you own a ranch, you know somebody who owns a ranch, or you've paid for a lease to go and hunt somewhere. So it really is hard for the common dude who, wasn't born and raised Texan and knows people to find a place to hunt here without just shelling out some dineros. And I've done it in the past. It's just right now I'm just not in a position where I want to spend that much money. I mean, you're going to pay a couple $100 to go shoot a doe. You think about the amount of meat you get off. And now, again, if you're up north, a doe might be worth a couple $100. Central Texas, does aren't very big. I mean, before you even dress it out, 60 to 90 pound. A 90 pound is a huge doe. So, you think about the meat and how much you're going to get and the cost of it. And it's like, man, that's a lot of fishing gear and a lot of fishing trips I could take. So it's hard. It's hard. I'm waiting for that invite again. That's what I usually do. I wait for somebody to, hey, we're doing this and you want to come along? I'm like, heck yeah, let me grab the cameras. I'll come.
Right. That's what Ron Boot said. Same thing. Hard to find if you don't know anyone in Texas.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron.
Well, we're lucky enough. We do have a lot of public land close by, but, we do get a lot of out-of-state people that were the first exit off the interstate from Kentucky. So we get people from Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee.
Yeah, wow. It's funny. I grew up in New Mexico, and my brother's still there. And so when I got stationed here, I would meet him I wasn't here. I was in El Paso at the time. But I'd meet him in the Ruidoso area, and we'd hunt. And that's all the New Mexicans do is complain about all the Texans coming up there to hunt. But it's the same thing. It's actually cheaper if you live close to, the border of New Mexico. It's cheaper to go up into New Mexico, pay for a non-resident license and hunt than it is to hunt right here in your own state, which to me, that's just ridiculous. But there's a lot of other great things about Texas, especially the fishing. So I'm not going to complain too much.
Right.
I want a duck hunt. The only duck hunting I've ever done was in Michigan. There's like a canal right behind the house, just a small little, I guess you'd call it a creek even. There's Stanley. But we would walk up and down that and hunt wood duck on that little creek. And that's the only duck hunting I've ever done. Stanley Orchard's in the house.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Sorry I am late here. Savannah has dance. We're kind of dragging a little bit behind on that.
Are you her instructor?
No, she's actually good at dance, so
it couldn't be you then.
Absolutely wasn't me. Are we talking hunting?
We were talking hunting.
I love it.
Hunting of the lack thereof, public lands, Texas-wise. But
yeah, we were talking about that just earlier today.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I was telling John. I didn't get to make your stream live this morning, but I was on the backhoe moving some stuff this afternoon, so I got to listen to the full thing. And I heard you guys said you didn't have much public land in Texas, and
there's some here, but we don't have it where, at least not so much. Not within 150 miles of here. Is there a place where you can go and just park your car and go hunting?
And it's overrun
it's overrun, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go hunting on public land, you better pack your lunch because you're going to be humping way into somewhere to get away from the public. And my old broken body can't handle that kind of stuff no more.
I tell you what, I've got a spot where I go for deer and other things. Yeah, and I believe you and I have talked about this before. It's a conversation we can have off the behind the scenes because I'm not giving up my very secret hunting spot. But man, there's some for real stuff to get down here in some land that's a little less accessible.
Is it legal?
It is legal, actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
It's legal. It can be a little bit dangerous, and it is not like any hunt that anybody, normally kind of does. It's in the absolute middle of nowhere, but it's available and it's legal.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, we've got bow season coming in Thursday, so I'm gonna try to get some bow hunting in this weekend.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta get off my butt. I got a crossbow, I think for Christmas 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, fired the thing. Now,
Shannon.
I'm in suburbia. I seen Peter's in here too. I'm in suburbia.
What's up, Peter?
So I can't just like go outside and shoot a freaking crossbow because this thing will go through stuff. I thought for a while, hey, I'll get some, maybe a bay of hay or something and set it up. But it's probably going to go through the fence into the neighbor's dog or something. So now I got to figure out where I can go and safely zero in. It's got a little scope on it, safely zero it in. But that seems like a lot of fun. So I'm hoping. And Texas, a lot of the states, I guess, 15, 20 years ago, you were not shooting a crossbow most places unless you were handicapped. Mm-hmm. But now they've gotten to where, hey, if it's a bow, it's just a crossbow. There's rifles, there's shotguns, there's crossbows, there's bows. So most places now you can legally shoot them. So I need to get out there and freaking zero that thing in. There's ranges here that you can do that with bows, I guess, but I just need to get off my lazy butt and do it.
So Farmall puts in the chat, he needs me a YouTube buck. He has this buck he's got trail camera pictures of. He actually last year had it right outside his back door at like 10 yards. He had already filled his buck tag. Well, luckily he didn't shoot it last year because this dude is a monster this year. And his season actually comes in Saturday. So Farmall fanatic, I hope you get the big one, the YouTube buck Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you get them. Man, I want to see that. You got
no kidding.
Video something.
Yeah, he's nice. He's a big 10. Maybe I guess you consider him 12 if he's got the split brow tines.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'd count those. Man, there is a gang in here.
No kidding. How many people you got in there?
Good to see you.
They're flying.
Yep. Higgs Rock Farm. Good to see you.
Yep, Higgs Rock Farm. I met him a few weekends ago at the Grand Rivers picnic, and he's got some good deer hunting.
Oh,
Whiskey Woman 5. Cheers, Bree. Good to see you in here, Whiskey. Hope you and Brewdog are doing great.
Yeah, actually, and I think Stanley, you mentioned this, or no, I know a couple other people that do it, but we got family up north, so we got a connection to Michigan. Wife was born and raised there. I lived there a couple of years before we all graduated high school, and really, for me, it's probably going to be cheaper to go to Michigan, again, buy an out-of-state license and hunt, than it is to do it here in Texas, which.
Oh, no, I disagree with you.
It's real cold up there. No, I don't know, Stanley. I don't know.
John, I'm going to argue with you on that one, man. I got to say, now, obviously, we both have. I have access to boats, through family members and stuff. I don't have one that I can immediately use it on my own, but I do have access. You've got your Mako, and I know you don't like taking it offshore, but that thing does well on the International Canal and in the bays. Oh, yeah. There's some accessible spots that you can get to for hunting with that.
Legal, like public land type places?
Yeah. Actually, that's kind of I outed myself a little bit for my conversation earlier, and I won't get any more specific than that. We can have that conversation off camera, but yeah, that's kind of how that happens.
Cool. Yeah, my whole hunting in Texas has been pay somebody to go on their property.
Yep. Yeah, mine too.
A lot just to shoot a doe. One time I splurged. I got a red hind. Well, not the hind, but yeah, the red hind. So everybody's heard of a red stag, kind of like a small elk-ish. but the hind is the female version, the doe. And I got to shoot one of those, but that was $500. You know, I could have bought a lot of meat for the freezer for $500, but I will say that was the best tasting game animal I've ever had.
You know what the alternative option on that? The route that I pursued on that, like you managed to get yourself into a red hind. You've paid people to go and hunt deer. I never hunted deer. Never. I hunted one once in my life. And I did that by befriending people. And whenever they were like, man, I've got hogs tearing up my land, I would offer, you know, for decades, I would offer, I will go take care of your hogs. And once in a blue moon, they're like, you know what, come out and take care of the hogs. And I would go and I would take care of hogs, and we would do that. And then after 10 years, you get the invite, dude, you've been taking care of hogs on my land. Would you like to go on a deer hunting trip? That's how I pulled it off. I didn't have to pay the 500. Right. But in hindsight, it might have been more worthwhile had I paid it.
Yeah, you put in the work for it. So absolutely. Yeah. Monica's in the house. Hello, Monica. Man.
Good to see Monica. She said she's working.
Dang, I'm sorry. I'll do this for you.
Fin Seeker TV. I love that name.
Fin Seeker TV. They're actually not that far away from me, and I definitely want to meet up with them. They, it's a father and son, mainly catfish.
Oh, cool.
In Kentucky. And he gave me a shout out, I don't know, months ago. And definitely want to meet up with them and make a video. Just had a lot going on. But they've been down in Florida this week, I believe.
Wow.
Down in Florida. We've been following them on Facebook. They catch nice fish. So got some videos coming up, I'm sure.
Very cool. Very cool.
You know what I love? I gotta say something here, Grant. I think this is just one of the coolest things in any YouTube community that I've ever seen. You talk about a channel. Like I sit here and I'm just throwing darts at channels in the chat, and you can sit here and tell me 5 years worth of their backstory. that is the epitome of like community, you know what I mean? When it's not just like people who, you know, it's just a bunch of names. This is people. These are individuals who all appreciate each other and what we do. I love that.
Right. Well, I used to spend a lot more time on YouTube than I do now. I have not been much of a supporter in the last few months. Just rather come home from work and sleep. But we're getting back into it. My boy Strung Out Outdoors, Josh, what's going on? Picking up his boy at football practice. Good to see you. Hope you're having good luck deer hunting.
After 5 Outdoors.
Outdoorsmen and women, absolutely right.
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
No doubt.
Whiskey Woman and WTF Mike. I didn't say hi to you guys. Sorry about that. And hello. I'm playing catch up here. And there's a weird lag on chat through StreamYard here. They need to fix that, I think.
Yeah, it is laggy.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. Normally I like to have that other phone off to the side that I can sit there and look at that. Then you get it, you know, at the speed of actual YouTube chat and stuff like that. But you got to be able to steal your wife's phone to do that. She's using it.
Dang it.
I know, right?
Well, Monica, they say this year, since the old it's 5 o'clock somewhere, it doesn't matter anymore since it's 2020. It's 2020 everywhere. You can drink what you want. And I go by that.
Yep.
Scrapping Irish, good to see you.
Yeah, it's funny talking about 2020. Like, it doesn't matter what happens now. Anything that happens is just like I've been throwing around on Twitter. I've been throwing around hashtag 2020 strikes again for everything. Anything that happens, like hangnails, you know, it all warrants the 2020 strikes again hashtag. But did y'all see? Not only are we up to like 28 named storms for this year, hurricanes. Now we've got the zombie storm, the storm that died and then came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about, because for us, always, you know, the people at the coast, you know, God bless them, they got to deal with these storms when they come. But when you're at the coast, you can be like, hey, the weather's perfect tomorrow. Let's go fishing. When you're hours away from the coast, you're like, hey, a month from now, we're going to plan a weekend. We're going to reserve a place to stay, and we're going to go fishing. And you pray, hey, that weekend, can we have good weather? So that's the boat we're in. That is the challenge. Boy, more times than not when I've been down there, the weather has been less than favorable. But you're there. You spent the money. Go make the best of it.
You suffer through and just enjoy what you can. Cross your fingers for the next time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wish I lived on the coast. But then whenever the hurricanes come, I'm like, maybe not. So
I need a drink thinking about 2020. Cheers to that.
Yeah, whoever said that, I agree too. 150%. Cheers to that.
Not a great gamer. Adam Mira Fishing. Good to see you guys.
What's up, Adam?
What's up, Adam?
Pusa. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys, and I apologize for that, but it's totally stoked to see you guys here, and hello.
Yeah, they've been out of the YouTube realm for a few months now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I've been a little bit out myself, so I'm kind of like, some of these connections I'm a little bit missing on. Is it just a 2020 thing, I assume?
It
is.
The
rest of us?
It's 100% a 2020 thing. Everybody's got their own stuff, and they're making it. Going to be coming back here pretty soon with a new structure. And
yeah.
Well, I want in on that.
I'm looking forward to 2021 now. You know what I mean?
Man.
Oh, Monica.
I agree.
Monica, thank you so much.
Nice.
Appreciate you, Monica. Cheers to you, young lady.
That's awesome, Monica. Yeah, it's 2020. I can't think of anybody that would be like 2020 was awesome, right? We're all just
the worst. I was so close. And that's been the worst part of it.
I know.
Hey,
we call 2020 the year of collabathon. Man, I had so many collabs set up, Florida, Michigan, and multiple. And one of those collabs actually happened, and that was it. It's just, man, 2020 came in and said, oh, hell no, you don't.
Yep. And it stamps it out at every step of the way.
Yeah. Oh, you think we're done with 20? No, here's something new for 2020.
Yeah. Oh, we got hurricane in the Gulf? Well, let's burn down California.
Yeah, let's make 2 hurricanes at the same time going to the same place.
Yeah.
You can't help but laugh about it because what else are you going to do? It's just, it is what it is now. There's nothing, like you said, I think you said, Stanley, 2020 can't do anything else that we'd be like, oh my God. It's like, oh, that too? Okay.
There's not a thing that could happen. Like, we've never been stronger. This is like 9/11 strong, what we're going through right now. There's not a thing, like somebody right now could come on the news and they could be like, okay, so there's an alien invasion. And everybody would be like, yeah, well, I mean, it's 2020, so, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember back in the day, y'all heard the story, War of the Worlds. They did the radio presentation where the aliens attacked and everybody freaked out. There was actually suicides because people thought it was real. He was just doing a reading of a book.
Yeah.
That will never happen again. Not in our lifetime. Nobody's going to listen to the news and be like, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Whatever. We've seen it. We'll get through it.
Yeah, flaming hurricane? Please.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been a mess of a year.
It has. And, it's not all. Some of it is humanly self-inflicted. So hopefully by 2021, we get stuff straightened out.
Shannon says, just wait until the election is over, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We still got an election to go.
Yeah. And that's probably going to be a shit show too.
Yeah, it is. It's already starting up.
One way or another, a big portion of the population is going to be pissed the hell off and hopefully they don't get stupid, whoever it is, either side.
I think either way. I think either side.
Yeah,
Gonna be people upset either way.
Yeah, there is.
Absolutely is. For the last, decade-ish, that's the way it's been. I mean, politics have never been such a big thing thrown in my face. I'm 55 years old, and it's probably been the last 10 years that politics, this left, right, this, I'm like, man, shut the F up. Let's get on with living and just being nice to each other and doing what we need to do. So
let's do that. So I listened to this afternoon. I got to listen to your whole show from this morning, Stanley. Great show.
I'm so sorry.
I've seriously never been into podcast, but I listened to it. I had my headphones on while I was working on the backhoe, moving some stuff around. And you mentioned you'd only had squirrel one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the?
I know.
You're not a country boy.
And how you're not much of a freshwater fisherman. And so that's what's pretty neat with what we've got. We're from different areas. I'd love to fish with Stanley someday, catch some of them saltwater fish.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And Mr. Peter Orchard, his brother, they had for those that don't know, they were live this morning on Stanley Orchard's channel. His channel link and John should be in the description, along with Mr. Haulin Ash, that is busy working at the moment. Down there. So check it out. They've been doing a morning show. This morning's was pretty cool. Good talk. I was picturing if somebody was in the woods, because where I was working was right along the fence line, and there's woods right there. But if somebody was in the woods watching me and seeing me laugh and smile while I'm sitting here on the backhoe.
That would make it all. That would be the goal of like the live stream, is just to like have somebody in the woods watching you laughing on the backhoe. That's the goal of the entire channel.
Yeah, it worked. It worked. You reached your goal.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's cool. That makes my day, Grant. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's good talk.
Everybody else is like, what the hell? But Grant got it.
I don't know. We got a weird sense of humor sometimes. So
yeah, it was good. I enjoyed today. I really did.
I definitely want to see that invitation take place that John put out there for you and Peter to come meet him to catfish.
Yeah, we had a long conversation about that after the live stream. We actually talked for like 2 hours, and that was a big portion of that conversation. We'll have more of a talk about that, but I would really like to push to make that happen.
Brother, I've already been looking at dates, so
good. That's all I need is a date.
Yeah, it's probably sometime in January. So bring
that. It doesn't get more perfect than that. Wintertime, down here, especially saltwater, I'm really limited. There's not many options for me. So if this opens up a new realm of things that I can do, for starters, I need to learn it, and I need somebody to teach it to me. And for two, that gives me a whole new season that I've never had before.
Yeah, absolutely, bud. Come up. You'll have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We will have a good time. That's what I was saying earlier before you got on here. It's like, because Grant had brought up the subject before about me inviting you guys. I'm like, watching that show today of yours this morning, it's like, can you imagine being on a boat with those two? Can't help. It's going to be a good time. That's the only option.
Your stomach will be hurting. Your stomach will be hurting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or your head.
Both.
Both, yeah.
What's going on? Shannon's still in the house. Thank you, Shannon, for hanging out with us. Peter, look, I got to get Peter Orchard Studios, because I want to follow you on YouTube so I can see what you're going to do, because I'm hearing you and Stanley talk about all this crazy shit that you are capable of doing and you plan to do, and it's all up here for me. So I'm looking forward to following you and seeing coming out with.
I gotta say, it is really, really unfortunate. I would really love to see a flood of people harassing Peter about making stuff, because I take a cell phone and I film myself on fishing trips. But since high school, he has been the filmographer. He's been the cinematographer. He makes movies. his computer set up on video editing and rendering and CGI and stuff like that. It is literally unreal. It is the same stuff that they use for like Star Wars and stuff. He needs to be making videos. He's got it way better than me. He would blow me out of the water if he was putting stuff out on YouTube. Literally, would be blowing me out of the water.
See, and I'm here like, I got this new GoPro that does 5K, 4K, 2.7, 1080, 60 frames per second, 100 and something. Well, what does all that mean? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. To me, it's like 1920 by 1080. That's what you want for. So what's all this 5K do to that? What does 4K? And that's a class that you guys are going to have to give me later. Right?
I tell you what, I'm not even familiar with 5K. I thought they jumped from 4 to 8. So I don't understand. Like 5K, I thought was that bastard transition for 360s. I'm not familiar with 5K.
I don't know, but I know this bad boy, 5K 30, I think is what it shoots in, or something like that. I don't know. But somebody's got to educate me on all that, because, what I do understand is if somebody's looking at a YouTube video on their phone, they really can't tell the difference between 1080 and 4K or anything above. Now,
but
4K TV or something, they put it up on there, maybe.
Now, see, that's my division on this. And for starters here, I do got to say one thing, Grant. I'm sorry that we're like just totally like steamrolling your live stream here.
I need to give Farmall a cheers for the 99-cent super sticker. Cheers.
99 cent. Boom. Cheers.
I hear that. Farmall, you've been here forever, dude. You've been so around. You deserve a big pat on the back for the work that you do, man.
Farmall has got it figured out.
Yeah, I agree.
He's finally got it figured out. He's doing all right. He's going to just keep on going and going. He's going to hit his 20K. He's wanting to do it by New Year's, maybe. I'd say he will.
Nice.
Excellent.
He's kicking ass.
Totally agree.
He just needs to make more chicken videos.
Dirty
100 cheers to Farmall Fanatic. Now, his chicken videos are the only ones that don't get more than 1,000 views. People just don't want to watch his chicken.
That's a weird thing. I got, so most of my videos are fishing and they do pretty good. And then I've got the boat stuff. And for whatever reason, the boat repair stuff, upgrades, do better, even though my channel is like 90% fishing. And then
right here, Shannon. It's right here.
Do horrible, even though I enjoy it. So I guess I'm getting pigeonholed here and didn't know it.
Sure.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Oh, that is some pretty work. I remember that.
That is.
I remember that bottle.
Shannon Naylor's bottle she made.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What is in the bottle?
I think it was a tequila bottle.
Patron.
It looks like a tequila bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was close, Shannon. It was really close.
Yeah.
Hey, Grant. Steve says he's backstage waiting for you to allow him in.
Cheers, Shannon. Thank you so much. Let me grab Steve. There he is.
There he is.
There's that dang North guy.
Felt like the redheaded stepchild again, late to chat.
Whatever. He was like, oh, guys, wife has dinner ready. I'm going to consume my dinner, and then I'll come into the show when I feel like it.
I'm going to take a minute to get dressed and get my spiffiest shirt with my nicest hat.
There you go.
Exactly. Hey, that made my screen wider.
Yeah, right? I see that.
Oh, wow.
And it made me look like the dipshit with the vertical format.
Yes, you do.
Turn sideways.
It did.
The rest of us got a nice wide screen.
Mike's World. Hello. Good to see you, Mike. Yeah, it did. It opened your whole room up there, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see my project over here where I'm building a rod and my
Nice.
bookcase. Things you shouldn't be seeing are probably on there. I don't know.
I still got the problem that I can't talk on the chat. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm here. I'll just talk.
No, it's a pain on StreamYard. It's not you. It's the app is really difficult about it.
Okay.
So, Steve, you got StreamYard open. Do you have YouTube open anywhere?
I've got, I looked at the tutorial, but I got home tonight. I just didn't have any time to do other than get my spiffy clothes on and get on here to join you guys. So I haven't done any of that yet.
Yeah. So next time you're motivated, get home early, wife decides not to cook you shit.
Right.
Open YouTube on something else, and that's where you'll be able to do the chat and all that.
Yeah. So I apologize that I'm not able to type and keep up with the conversation, but
Pete, is the chat frozen or something? Because I seen after 5 was the last chat like minutes ago, and then Peter's talking about dirty martinis. What are you talking about, Peter?
That guy makes a killer martini. Yeah, I think your chat is froze. Peter just said that he's having dinner while he's watching us with the family. So I think I would like to apologize for the rest of these, on behalf of the rest of these gentlemen, for ruining your family's dinner.
Oh, I'm in that stupid top chat too. Let me get out of that and get into live chat.
Yeah, I didn't even see that comment. He was talking
Fired.
martinis.
That was a little bit up a ways.
Yeah, I missed a bunch apparently, but that's not unusual for me to miss a bunch.
He makes a killer martini. Not going to lie about that. Half of our first few podcast episodes, the ones that really, really suck, were the result of his really good martinis.
Mm.
Just the ones that suck, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Steve.
yes.
So, do you see any chat at all over on the right side?
Actually, I figured it out. Now I can look at the chat on my phone.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
See?
So you'll see me looking down at the phone every once in a while. I'm just trying to keep up with everybody.
For everyone else, Steve is the oldest of the group, so he's a little slow with his new technology stuff.
I think it's fairly evident. Everybody kind of understood.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are amazed I even have a YouTube channel because I am a low-tech redneck. I don't know how to do this. I'm not computer savvy. Like I said the other day, fellas, give me a set of residential blueprints, I'll build anything, but that's just my world. I never was around computers that much. But I'm learning thanks to you guys.
Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in what you do also.
Absolutely. I'm trying to talk him into working on my house that I got up there in Michigan.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I still got to get with your Uncle Leonard too, as far as going goose hunting. I haven't done that. We haven't been able to get away to do anything, so I still got to get a hold of him.
He's been waiting for you to call him, brother. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Nice guy. I'd love to spend the day hunting with him. I think it'd be a blast.
Uncle Leonard. If maybe you saw that fishing video I did with Uncle Leonard. He's just a good guy, and I'll tell you what, he is the hardest working 60-something-year-old you'll ever meet. I mean, that dude can run circles around my tired butt. So, yeah, props. He's not ever going to see this unless I share it with him. So, props to Uncle Leonard. That's Audrey's uncle up there. He lives kind of next door to the little house we have up there.
Oh, I got to show you guys something.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
It's that time for the segment Show and Tell with Steve.
Okay.
This is the light that I got. It's a hunting light. It's from Odapro, and they reached out to me and asked me if I would do a review. So I've kind of been messing around with it, and I like it. I really do. I was surprised. It's built really well. It's really heavy grade aluminum, powder coated. So little, what do I want to say? A little teaser of what my maybe the next video or the one after that is going to be. It's going to be on that light.
I want to talk to you about that video before you release it. But when you're in the process of filming, there's some things that you need to do in order to encourage affiliate links and to kind of get the value out of that review.
I'll be
There you
talking with you. Yeah. So
Yeah, that
I don't know
needs to
how
happen.
far it is from my house to the back corners of my field, but I live in a 40-acre. I have a 40-acre little farm here, and my house is probably a third of the way back. So I don't know how far the distance is, but the other night we took that light and shined back to the corners, and you could see the leaves on the trees. It shines up that well. It's nice. Yeah. So if I was a violator, which I can say I'm not anymore. Maybe I did a little years ago, but that would have been a great light to went out shining deer with years ago.
Here you go.
Just for purely speculative purposes.
Okay.
You gotta have good light to take video of them, right? Of course.
Mike's World says, I can't find a good, easy to use video editing program. What are you using, Mike? A phone or laptop or what? What you got?
You know, my experience before Mike answers you is you get one or the other. You get good or you get easy to use.
Yeah, that's for real.
I was using, I forgot which one it is that Microsoft Office or Word Microsoft put out.
Movie Maker.
Yeah, Movie Maker, and they kind of stopped supporting it, but it's still out there. You can get it. And early on, I was using that, and it was cool because it allows you to easily do stuff. But then I started like, well, I want to make it do this, and I realized, well, Movie Maker doesn't do that. Hey, I want it to do this, and Movie Maker can't do that. And so eventually, you start researching video editing software. And to be honest with you, the good ones are all pretty similar, right? As far as your timeline down here, you get to see what's going on here. You get your clips over here, and you drag them and drop them, and you can double click and do certain editings with certain things. So I would say find one you like in the $100 to $200 range if you really want to get a good one, and that's probably what I'll spend. I think so. I've got CyberLink Photo Director 17, so this is 20, so I'm behind by 3 years, but it still does a great job for me, and I understand it well, even though I'm still learning things all the time. And that's the thing. You want to just jump in. For me, that's my problem. I want to learn just enough to be able to do my video, and then I see something cool. I'm like, I wonder if I can do that, and then I got to go research. Oh yeah, my software does that. I could jump back in next time and add a little bit of that spice, a little bit of this flavor. But if it's you kind of got to be a student, right? You got to be a student of whatever it is you want to learn, depending on how good you. If you want to just get enough to, you learn enough just to put up a video. But if you really want to get in and figure out how to edit different pieces of the video and do things with sound and all that, then you got to become a student of the software you want. So there's a lot of good ones out there.
In addition to that, I will say you also have to be forward thinking. Are you looking to edit videos, or are you looking to expand? Because you can continue, you can pick up any bit of software, any editing program, and run with that. But if you want to expand into more cinematographic kind of stuff, cinematographic, however you say the word, but like you can get Adobe, and Adobe works with like 7 or 10 other programs that do 7 or 10 different things. Are you going to be moving into that realm of using 10 different programs for 10 different, for assets and elements and animations and stuff? You got to at least take that into consideration.
Yeah, that's what I did today. I actually dropped some coins, YouTube coins, on Canva, because I was doing some things with lower thirds and other things. And I realized the basic one that you can do for free, and I've used Canva for free for a couple of years now. You just, thumbnails and all that. It's perfectly good for that. But then I looked at more advanced stuff, and I realized, oh, click that button. It says you can't do that unless you spend some coins. So I did a year. I'm on the 30-day trial, and I'm making everything I can just in case I don't do beyond that. But if I do, it's like $100 something for a year, which to me, spending $100 something for a year hurts. But then I think about, well, I got a little bit of YouTube money. That's what I call it. That can help, pay for that if I decide to go ahead and do it. But so there I am. I got my editing program, but then I use this other program to do a certain piece of it. And then I've got this photo editing program. Fortunately for me, it was bundled in my editing program that I use to do another piece of it. So Stanley's right. It can really finger out into a bunch of different stuff depending on how deep you want to get into it.
Yeah.
So I'm late to the chat. John, are you using your Hero 9 tonight?
Yes, this is the Hero 9 tonight. And the one thing I said is you all look awesome and I'm in the dark. I've got for this camera, if I'm going to continue to use it for my web cam, I got to figure out better lighting in here because, I look good in the dark, I think. But, who knows?
Oh, shoot. I completely forgot to turn on my lighting over here.
Oh,
John, if you'd, whenever you're setting that up, if you need any thoughts on lighting,
Stanley, you don't need more lighting. You might scare us.
I'm by a window. There we go. Look at that.
Oh, my God. Jeez. And you're in that little narrow screen thing where you got the black on each side.
Yeah.
I'm just picking at you.
I know. You can pick at me all you want because you have this beautiful, well-lit face to pick on.
My teeth look really white when I'm in the dark.
They are.
Right? They look good, don't they? Grant, take control of your stream, please.
Take it back.
Oh, you guys are cracking me up. So Peter says he thinks you guys should do how-to videos, Stanley.
I don't know how to do anything. I fake it.
Bull.
And David Martin is wanting to make videos, but doesn't know how.
You're in the right place, man. Any questions you got, ask them because these guys, mainly these guys around over here, they can answer some very serious questions for you.
I don't know who he's talking. Must be talking
Yeah,
John.
and Mike's world's talking about he thinks he needs to take a course. Courses aren't a bad thing. There are courses online, but Mike, really, before you get too deep in, if it's anything where you got to spend money on, you're on a great educator right here, YouTube. If you want to learn to make videos, start researching it on Google and YouTube first, and there's so much information. You might get into something where you're like, hey, this is what I needed to get me started. Not one of us started out making videos as good as we do now. Can I say that, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know that's true for me. I haven't deleted my early videos. So if you want to go back and get a laugh, go back and look at my first video, which was a drift fishing video on Calaveras, which I just shot another one, drift fishing Calaveras, last week or a week before. But you'll be like, that is the god-awful worst video I've ever seen. Does this guy even know what he's doing? And the answer is no. He had no clue. But he had some friends that were like, hey, how do you do that drift fishing? I'm like, well, let me shoot a video of it. So you don't have to come out of the gate with the best video components, the best cameras, best thumbnails, the
lighting,
best tags. Just throw some stuff on the wall and see what sticks, and then start working it as you go. In other words, don't worry about your first video being great. Just improve your videos as you go. That's my advice.
My advice I'm going to add on to that is, first off, my apologies for being crude, but you need to throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. Make 100 videos. Who cares how bad they are? Just make them. And after 100 videos, you are going to have so much information at your fingertips. You're going to know a lot more of what you need to do. And the only way you're going to get there is just by doing it. Just make 100 videos.
Yep. Good. Absolutely.
Use your phone to start with. And then also, I think lighting is a big thing. Being outside in natural light to me is probably the best lighting. Yeah, John, it's dark in his room. But light outside, being outside where there's natural light is a big help. And then we talked about this last week, I think it was audio.
Which is so
Audio.
hard. Audio is so hard to improve.
Outdoors.
Outdoor, yeah.
And,
In the
and
wind.
that's what kills me when I watch some of these YouTube, how to do YouTube gurus, and and they've got this microphone hanging here from this thing, and they're like, oh yeah, your audio, and then take it outside and see how easy it is. That is a big challenge, Steve. You're right. Outdoor audio, very difficult.
Yeah.
But it's a make or break. You can have a video where you got some hiccups in the video, and people are like, oh yeah, but it's a good video. But if your audio is
That's it. Game over.
on the next video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audio is a video killer if you don't have decent audio. It doesn't have to be great, but you can't have that kind of audio is just brutal.
I think you need to focus on it. People worry about like getting the new phone. They want 4K. They want, all this amazing imagery. But yeah, you're totally right. You can take all of that imagery and you can mute it. If you have wind noise, mute that clip. Period. Bar none. It's worthless.
Yeah. Do a voiceover, whatever you got to do. I've done plenty of that where I've had either wind noise or I just have for some reason a microphone going clack, click, 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 clack, clack. And it's like, what the heck, YouTube or GoPro? And so you just do some voiceover or, you know what? That's going to be some B-roll. We'll play some music while we show it. Something.
Yeah, that footage gets plugged into B-roll for me.
Stanley, you shoot with your phone. What is your phone setting? Is it 1080 at 60 or 30 or 2? What is it?
Initially, I was 1080. I was HD. This time last year, I did switch over to 4K, and at the moment, I'm doing 4K 30 frames per second.
4K.
We talked about this last week where in the beginning, my GoPro wasn't set the same speed as my phone. They have to match up if you're going to blend the two together. So I was looking at mine the other day. Well, actually, my son was shooting a video for something else he was doing. And he said, should I be at 30 frames per second or 60, Dad? I said, honest to God, I don't know. I never checked it. So, so that's why I'm asking you, what are you at?
All right. Here's the deal. If you can handle 60 frames per second, you absolutely do it. Go for it. Yeah, I believe on most cameras, you're going to lose image stabilization. So it's going to probably look a lot bouncier because that camera can't handle 60 frames and stabilizing the horizon and the imagery. So I go 30 frames. I've considered doing 24 frames because that's cinema. That's what movies use is 24 frames. I can't tell the difference. I don't know. So I just stick with 30 because that's the most I can do. But if you can do 60, it's going to look rad. When you start advancing, you start moving up, you may feel the need to move to 24 because you're going for a cinematic approach. But honestly, that's a pretty long conversation that I am not 100% privy. I can't answer questions about. 60 frames per second is going to look awesome. It takes up a lot of memory. It's going to give you insane rendering times, but it's going to look awesome. So if you can handle it, go for it. And in the future, maybe consider switching it up for technical purposes.
I need to learn more about all that because I try to shoot 60, right? Because I can. But this new GoPro, if like I said, go all the way up to 5K. If I shoot in 1080p, it'll shoot, I think it's 120 frames per second. Wow, that's a lot of frames. Is that gooder? You know what I mean? I don't know. What impact does frames per second have? Those are the kind of things us noobs are trying to learn. So
120 is sick, but good luck rendering that footage. That is a whole, that's 4 times the file size, for your filming.
Right. Okay. How do I word this so you can answer this? What does frames per second do for your video? In other words, what's the difference if I shoot something at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second? I understand it's twice the frames per second, but what does that improve if you're able to render it properly and everything?
Let me look at something real quick. Okay, you see my hand moving here? It's blurry, right? Because it's moving too fast for the camera. So we're going at what I assume this is 30 frames per second.
Okay.
At 60 or 120 frames per second, what this is doing is it's at 30 frames per second, you're taking 30 pictures every second. So it can't handle, with 30 pictures in a second, it can't handle the distance that my hand is traveling. It's just a blur between screens. At 120 frames per second, it took 120 pictures. So instead of it being a blur, it's going to be a lot more crisp. You are going to be able to see the details of my hand, and you are not going to have that image blur. And it looks a lot more like, you know, this is what I'm actually seeing in real life. So much so that what happens is it looks so realistic that it ends up looking not like a movie. It looks too realistic to have been a cinema thing.
Understand. So okay, so that makes sense. So if I'm filming something that is kind of fast action type stuff, maybe a higher frame rate if it's not 128, 60 versus 30. Whereas if I'm filming something that's kind of, we're sitting on a boat, it's rocking, we got poles out, you know, maybe 30 frames per second is fine for that. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I mean, this is a total, like, you could have a total class on this conversation alone. 120 frames or 60 frames per second will give you some really nice slow motion footage. If you want to cut that down and really, you'll see on my stuff, I use a lot of slow motion video because you get that smooth, getting to see, like all my B-roll, like 75% of my B-roll is 60 frames per second, slow motion. You get to see that fish being brought into the boat with the music in the background. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as actually like taking 120 frames per second and making that just your regular footage, it's not, unless you want that really clear image, nobody does that. You don't have a whole lot of need for that. There's nothing wrong with this blur. So, you know, you can film, what I do is I film at 30 frames per second regular. And then when, you know, when I'm looking for B-roll, I film that in slow motion in 60 frames. I wish 120 frames just to get that real buttery, smooth moving shot.
Your brother is answering everything over
Yeah.
And probably better than me. I'm not even looking at the chat. He knows better than I do. And he would be the person to ask about this because he has actually dealt with this professionally.
You know what? This is a good, I don't know if it's for your morning show or a tutorial that he can throw together, but I think there's a lot of folks in YouTube in general, like us, that don't have a complete comprehension of that kind of stuff, that would be a super useful tutorial of some sort. Whether, you know, a video your brother does, whatever, but yeah, he's over there just laying it out in the
Yeah. His fingers, I guarantee he's sitting there at the table just doing this number, answering on top of himself.
My better half.
Hi there.
better half.
How are you?
Good to see you, Judy.
Good to see you too. Tell Audrey I said hi.
I will do that. You guys need to come down to Texas and visit us sometime.
I know, we want to.
I got a text that they do have rodeo down in Texas in February.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We may be coming down.
All right, carry on.
It's a pleasure, man.
Thanks for your permission, honey.
Thanks. Grant, take control of your live stream, brother. What are you doing?
I'm listening. I'm learning. I didn't know. I mean, Weekend Warrior agreed. He said if you're doing slow motion clips, more frames are better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if for me, I know, Stanley, you're saying, hey, you know, if I'm doing slow motion, I do this. For me, I just set the camera to 1080, 60 and go, because I can slow it down. I can speed it up if I need to. But this thing has 8 times slow-mo. I haven't even messed with that yet. I'm waiting to see what the heck 8 times slow-mo is. So when I figure that out, that's one of the things I'll share in the review with y'all.
Yeah, that's for real. 8x slow-mo, that's for real. I don't even know what the numbers on that are, but that's where, like, you know what, you want to have some fun with that? Find something that's going really fast. Like like when you're traveling in a boat and you've got that boat wake spraying. You see me use that shot in like every video that I go offshore. It's because it's so cool looking, that water just flying. You get that shot in slow motion, something where you cannot see individual elements of the shot because it's moving too fast. Do that in 8X, and you're going to see that footage, and you're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I get it."
Okay.
I want to see something in that new swim spa with some 8X slow-mo.
Yeah, exactly. All the bubbles on the water. That's a good one. That's a good shot.
Okay, I might, but I just don't like having a camera in the swim spa. You know what I mean? What happens in the swim spa stays in the swim spa.
What happens in the swim spa happens at 8X slow-mo.
Bingo. Hashtag 8X slow-mo. We got Peter in the lab.
This is all happening while he's eating dinner with the family. Amber, I'm sorry.
Y'all know who's at fault, right?
Yeah. Grant, take your stream.
Well, I was going to ask, are we keeping this to an hour, or are we going to go over a little bit?
Yeah, I was going to say, I got to eat, so I think we're close to that time, but it's your stream, my brother.
About that time, yep. It's 5 after. It's been a great.
I'm kind of in that same boat.
First time in a while. I appreciate you guys joining me and everybody in the chat. David says 8 times slow-mo makes it last longer. There you go, John.
Oh, man. It's not a family show anymore.
Yeah, Weekend Warrior, you're right about that. 60 frames is just about what the human eye comprehends. Yeah.
So next week we're going to be either at Haulin Ash or A&J.
Yeah, who's got next week?
I'm supposed to, but like I said, you see how my schedule is. I never know what I'm doing until I'm here.
Hey, this is YouTube, man. You make your own schedule. No apologies. You do it your way.
Right. That's right.
So I'm probably going to say I'm going to pass, but I'll be eventually. I will. So John's saying he's going to take it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know A&J Outdoors, his link is in the description. Make sure you join us next week over at A&J. Anybody got videos coming out this week?
I'll take the next live stream after him. I got stuff this week. I don't know. It's all scattered across the board. I'm throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
I've got a review I'm going to do on a piece of equipment for filming, but I don't know if it'll be ready this week.
Just this.
Doing a review on the light?
I'm working on the video right now. I got the unboxing done and I kind of went over stuff. I want to show how it's mounted to. It's got a Picatinny rail mount and it's also got a scope mount. And then I want to show how it shines far out distances. So I'm working on putting that together. No rush on it. It's just whenever I get it put together. And Stanley, I will be talking to you about some help on that too.
Yeah, I'll send you. I got like 2 tips for you on that. I'll send to you immediately after we're done here.
Okay.
Very cool.
Well, I guess I need to make a video of worms because I did have somebody come in and say they needed a worm video. They missed my worm video. So I will try my best to do that this week. Thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, have a great day. We'll see you next
Been a
month.
pleasure, guys.
Take care.
Peace out.